G'day World Wide Web, Lew Dub with the Melbourne Cup news. The Corfield Cup has been run and won by Duke DeSessa and Harry Coffey. Now, Duke DeSessa is not running in the Melbourne Cup, but plenty of the place getters from yesterday's race are. The latest news is that connections of Buckaroo are going to press on to the first Tuesday in November. Part owner Aussie Keir has said, after speaking to Chris Waller and all the owners, including Qatar Bloodstock, the consensus is we would regret not going. So it's Buckaroo in, and one that is officially out is Warmonger. That was announced on the racing.com website earlier this morning, the 20th of October. OTI, who own Warmonger, said the 4-year-old knew that he was in a hard race. They've arrived. Willie Mullins' Vauban and Absurd are back for a second tilt at the Melbourne Cup. The pair touched down last weekend on the 12th of October. Mullins' travelling foreman David Casey said the team got their tactics wrong last year, and by running close to the pace, they gave themselves very little chance of winning. The Mullins team have also changed plans in terms of their arrival time. In 2023, the two arrived in the first shipment in late September. This time they've opted for the second shipment, which allows both horses a chance to have a race closer to the date of the Melbourne Cup and having them fitter on arrival in Australia. Meanwhile, Jean Bruegel arrived on the same flight and is reportedly back to the same weight he was before jumping onto the plane. So it's all systems go for him at this stage, with Ryan Moore touted to be on his way to ride the most credentialed 3-year-old foreign raider that's ever contested our Melbourne Cup. The latest order of entry. This was published on Tuesday the 15th of October. Pia Sistina is still amongst noms as she'll be racing in the Cox Plate on Saturday the 26th of October. Carlapore, he's 7th, but will they bother after his woeful Corfield Cup effort? Warmonger is out also. Further down the list, Military Mission at 16. He was very poor in the ATC St Ledger yesterday. At 18, it's Elias. He was below expectation in the Corfield Cup too. So I'll speculate that we can take out at least 5 from the order of entry, and the likes of Valiant King and Interpretation could sneak into the Melbourne Cup field without winning in the lead-up. We have some Melbourne Cup jockeys confirmed now. That's all displayed on screen, and of course there is no certainty that all those listed will take on the Cup, but the named jockeys are the preferred pilots for the big race if those horses actually take their place. Next up on the Melbourne Cup trail, it's the Group 3 Geelong Cup. There are 2 foreign raiders nominated for that race, one being Chris Waller's Birdman, who is technically still a foreign raider, and he's as short as $34 to win the Melbourne Cup with some online bookies. The other Geelong Cup contender that's a foreign raider is One Smooth Operator, and he's also quoted at $34 for the Melbourne Cup with some online bookies. One Smooth Operator is at 32 in the latest order of entry and is also in a grey area where he may not need to win the Geelong Cup in order to qualify for the Melbourne Cup field. Just finishing 3rd in the Geelong Cup would see him climb above 2 or 3 horses in the order of entry, and if he was to finish 2nd, he would climb above 4 horses in the order of entry. Birdman has the same opportunity to climb the order of entry via prize money, but at this stage he is $50,000 below One Smooth Operator. Take a look at some of the latest Melbourne Cup odds. At Palmerbet, it's Jean Bruegel at $4.60. Buckaroo now into $8.50 and Vauban $9. Land Legend $16 after a solid Corfield Cup. Circle of Fire barely moved despite the poor run in the Corfield Cup. They still have Warmonger. By Tuesday's publishing of the next order of entry, he should be gone. At the Bascan at $34. Next is St George, who has been a fave of some punters. One Smooth Operator at $51, and then Interpretation at $61. As I mentioned earlier, he will likely make the 24-horse field without winning along the way. Birdman, another new arrival, he's $81. At Bet365, it's Jean Bruegel at $5.50. Buckaroo, the same $8.50 quote. Point King and Land Legend are both slightly shorter at Bet365. Birdman significantly shorter at 34 compared to 81 at Palmerbet. One Smooth Operator also 34 and much less than the $51 at Palmerbet. They've got St George exactly the same as Palmerbet at $34. Interpretation slightly better odds at Bet365. Anyhow, that's all for now, and don't say I didn't tell you.